Hello everyone, it's nice to meet you again. In this video we are going to discuss probability and statistics 1 taken from October-November 2022 paper 5.1. Question 1. The probability distribution table for a random variable x is shown below. Given that Ex is equal to 0.28, find the value of P and the value of Q. So the condition for probability distribution to be valid is that the total probability must be 1. So the first equation will be 0.12 plus P plus Q plus 0.16 plus 0.3 is equal to 1. We can simplify the equation into P plus Q is equal to 0.42. And then from the question we know that the expected value of X is 0.28. So using the formula for the expected value, sigma X times P, so negative 2 times 0.12 plus negative 1 times P and so on until 2 times 0.3, and then equate the result with 0.28. And then we can simplify this equation into negative P plus 0.5 Q is equal to 0.08. We can eliminate the P by adding the first and the second equation. So Q plus 0.5 Q will be 1.5 Q, and then on the right side we have 0.42 plus 0.08, which is equal to 0.48. So and then Q is equal to 0.12, and then we use the first equation to find the value of P. P plus 0.12 is equal to 0.42. P is equal to 0.3. Question 2. The residents of Persham were surveyed about the reliability of their internet service. 12% rated the service as poor, 36% rated it as satisfactory, and 52% rated it as good. A random sample of 8 residents of Persham is chosen. A. Find the probability that more than 2 or fewer than 8 of them rate the internet service as poor or satisfactory. So probability of poor or satisfactory is 12% plus 36%. So it's 0.12 plus 0.36 is equal to 0.48. So here X follow the binomial distribution with 8 independent trial, and the probability of success is 0.48. Probability 2 less than X less than 8 is 1 minus probability 0 plus probability 1 plus probability 2 plus probability 8. So using the binomial distribution formula, it will be 1 minus 0.52 to the power of 8. 0.52 is the probability of the failure. And then probability P equals 1 is 8 choose 1 times 0.48 times 0.52 to the power of 7. We use the same formula for probability X equals 2 and probability X equals 8. And the final answer will be 0.825. Part B. A random sample of 125 residents of Persham is now chosen. Use an approximation to find the probability that more than 72 of these residents rate that internet service as good. So now X follow the binomial distribution with 125 independent trials and probability of success is 0.52. Since the value of n is quite big here, we are going to use approximation. We are going to use normal distribution to approximate. First, we need to find the mean. The formula is mu equals n times p is equal to 65. And then sigma square, the variance, is n times p times q. It's equal to Q is the probability of failure. So the variance is 31.2. So now we will approximate using normal distribution. So X is normally distributed with mean 65 and standard deviation 31.2. And then Px greater than 72 is equal to Pz. Don't forget to make correction. So Px greater than 72 become 72.5 after being corrected. So 72.5 minus 65 over square root of 31.2. So this one, Pz greater than 1.343. So this is the diagram. It is equal to 1 minus phi, 1.343. Is equal to 1 minus 0.9104. It's equal to 0.0896. Question 3. The Lions and the Tigers are two basketball clubs. The heights in centimeter of the 11 players in each of their first team squads are given in the table. A. Draw a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram to represent this information with lions on the left. So this diagram is the back-to-back stem and leaf diagram, and don't forget the important feature in stem and leaf diagram is that you have to write the key, because without the key, one may have different perception from the other. And then for part B, find the median and the interquartile range of the height of the Lions first team squad. So first we need to find the position of the median. It can be found using formula. Position of median is n plus 1 divided by 2. So the position of the median is the data number 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is the median. The median is 186. And then to find Q1, now you have to find the mid value of the data below the median. Below the median, we have 5 data. The mid value the middle data is this one. So the Q1 is 179. Do the same thing with the data above the median. The data above the median, we have 5 data, and the middle data of these 5 data is 190. So the upper quartile or Q3 is 190. Therefore, the IQR interquartile range is 190 minus 179, which is equal to 11. Now it is given that for the tigers and the lower quartile is 183 centimeter. The median is 190 centimeter and the upper quartile is 195 centimeter. C. Make 2 comparisons between the height of the players in the Lion first team squad and the heights of the players in the Tigers first team squad. So first, comparing the median for Lion is 186 and the median for the Tigers is 190. So we can say that on average the players in Tiger Club are taller. So this one from comparing their median. Now we can also make another comparison between the 2 clubs by looking at their IQR. The IQR for the Lions is 11, while the IQR for the Tiger is 12. So we can say that the data in Tiger's height has slightly more spread because it has a bigger IQR. So now we continue to question number 4. In a large population, the systolic blood pressure SPP of adults is normally distributed with mean 125.4 and standard deviation 18.6. A. Find the probability that the SPP of a randomly chosen adult is less than 132. So, X is normally distributed with mean 125.4 and variance 18.6 square. So probability X less than 122 is the same as probability Z less than 132 minus 125.4 divided by 18.6. So P Z less than 0.355. Using the table, the value is 0.6387. And then the SBP of 12-year-old children in the same population is normally distributed with mean 117. Of these children, 88% have SBP more than 108. B. Find the standard deviation of this distribution. So X is normally distributed with mean 117 but unknown variance, let's say sigma square. The information that we have from the question is that probability X greater than 108 is 0.88. So this diagram describe this equation. So Z, the position of Z here, the area of this region is 0.88. So we are sure that the value of Z is negative, but in the table we don't have negative value of Z. So we need to flip the diagram into this diagram. So this one will be negative Z because the position is on the right of the mean. So this one is negative Z. The Z itself is negative, so negative Z become positive. Using the table, negative Z is 1.175. So Z itself has value negative 1.175. Using the formula Z equals X minus mu divided by sigma, we can find the value of sigma. After we solve this equation using algebra, we find that sigma is equal to 7.66. Now, 3 adults are chosen at random from this population. C. Find the probability that each of these 3 adults has SBP within 1.5 standard deviation of the mean. So, it means that X lie between mean minus 1.5 standard deviation until mean plus 1.5 standard deviation. So after we standardize into Z value, the Z will lie between negative 1.5 until 1.5. So this is the diagram. So this is how we solve for this area, yeah. This area. So probability Z less than 1.5 minus probability Z less than negative 1.5. It's the same as phi 1.5 minus 1 minus phi 1.5. Or 2 pi 1.5 minus 1. The answer is 0.8664. Now, 3 adults are chosen at random from this population. We can use binomial distribution with 3 independent trials, and probability of success is 0.8664. So we can write X is following binomial distribution 3, 0.8664. Then Px equals 3 using binomial distribution formula is the same as 0.8664 cube. The answer is 0.650. Question 5. A game is played with an ordinary fair 6-sided die. A player throws the die once. If the result is 2, 3, 4, or 5, the result is the player's score and the player does not throw the die again. If the result is 1 or 6, the player throws the die a second time and the player score is the sum of the two numbers from the two throws. A. Draw a fully labeled tree diagram to represent this information. So this is the first throw, and then if the result is 1 or 6, the player throws the die a second time. So this one is the second throw. So this is the complete diagram according to the question. Events A and B are defined as follows. A. The player score is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. While B, the player has 2 throws. Part B. Show that PA is equal to 1/3. So PA 5 comes from 1 plus 4 or 5. So probability 5 is 1/6 times 1/6 plus 1/6, which is 7/36. And then we do the same thing, the same method with the other outcomes. For example, 6 from 1 plus 5, and then 7, 1 plus 6, or 6 plus 1, 8, 6 plus 2, and 9, 6 plus 3. And then calculate the probability one by one, as it is listed here already. So the probability of A will be the total of these probabilities. So the result is 1/3. So we have shown that the result is 1/3. And then part C, determine whether or not events A and B are independent. So first find probability B. Probability B is probability 1 plus probability 6. So 1/6 plus 1/6, which is equal to 1/3. While A and B, this is the list of A and B. It's either 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 6, 1, 6, 2, and 6, 3. Each outcome here has probability, uniform probability 1/6 times 1/6, and then there are 6 outcomes, so we just multiply by 6. So the answer is again 1/6. So now we check whether or not probability A and B is the same as probability A times probability B. Turns out that the results are not the same. So 1/6 is not the same as 1/9. So the conclusion is that A and B are not independent. And then for part D, find probability B given A complement. So first find B and A complement This is the list of B and A complement. They are 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, and 6, 6. And the probability of each outcome here is 1/6 times 1/6, and then because there are 6 outcomes for B intersection A complement, so probability B intersection A complement is 1/6. So now we can calculate probability B given A complement. The formula is probability B and A complement divided by probability A complement. Probability B and A complement is 1/6. We know probability A already, which is 1/3, so probability A complement will be 1 minus 1/3, which is equal to 2/3. So the answer is 1/4. So the last question in this paper is question number 6. A social club has 15 members, of whom 8 are men and 7 are women. The committee of the club consists of 5 of its members. A. Find the number of different ways in which the committee can be formed from the 15 members if it must include more men than women. So the committee consists of 5 of its members, and then the question says that the number of men must be more than the number of women. So we can list all the possibilities. We have 3 possibilities here. Either we have 3 men, 2 women, or 4 men, 1 woman, and all the 5 committee are men. So the number of selection for the first possibility will be 8 choose 3, because we have 8 men and we want to choose 3 of them to be in the committee. And then 7 choose 2, because we have 2 women and we want 2 of them to be in the committee. So the number of selection that can be made for the first possibility is 1176, and then for the second possibility 8 choose 4 times 7 choose 1, and the last one is 8 choose 5. And then we total all the number of selection for all possibilities. The result is 1722. And then the 15 members are having their photograph taken. They stand in 3 rows with 3 people in the front row, 5 people in the middle row, and 7 people in the back row. B. In how many different ways can the 15 members of the club be divided into a group of 3, a group of 5, and a group of 7? So first we are choosing 3 from the total 15 members. So 15 choose 3, and then after that 3 people to be in the front row, and then after we choose 3 people in the front row, Now we choose 5 people from the remaining 12 people. So 12 choose 5. And lastly, we choose 7 people from the remaining 7 people to be in the back row. So the result will be 360,360. In one photograph, Abel, Betty, Kelly, Doe, Eve, Freya, and Gino are the 7 members in the back row. See, in how many different ways can these 7 members be arranged so that Abel and Betty are next to each other and Freya and Gino are not next to each other. So to make sure that Abel and Betty always next to each other, we consider here A and B as one component. This one as one component, and then we also have C, D, and E. And then in between two components, we provide spaces. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 4 spaces in which Freya and Gino can fill or can stand in one of these 5 spaces. No matter in which space Freya and Gino stand, we can make sure that Freya and Gino are not next to each other. For example, Gino is here, Freya is here. So they are not next to each other. So now we are ready to calculate the number of arrangement. So first we have 4 factorial is for the arrangement of 1, 2, 3, 4 components. Remember, A and B is considered as one component to make sure that Abel and Betty are always next to each other. So 4 factorial, and then the 2 factorial here is for the number of arrangement in this group. So it can be AB or BA. So 2 factorials. And then since there are 5 spaces in which Freya and Gino can choose, so the number of arrangement will be 5 permutation 2, because we have 5 spaces and we have 2 people, Freya and Gino. So 5 permutation 2 is the number of arrangement in which we can arrange Freya and Gino in these 5 spaces. So the total will be 960. So students, we have discussed all the questions in this paper. I hope this video can help you to prepare for your Cambridge exam. Thank you and see you in our next video. Bye everyone.